right. Let me. And my other meeting had went over, so it was like, I was like, damn it. So I sent out. Did you get an email with a thing? I'm curious.
One moment, let me check.
So I'm like, everybody be like, I don't get the calls. I'm like, how y'all not get these calls?
Well, sometimes I get a text message and that works, like just link into the text message. But as an email, let me check. Okay. Okay, so I just got the email like at 11:20.
Yeah, that's the one I had sent out again. All right, cool, cool. So yeah, they should have got it. So somebody actually was like, hey, when is the meeting? I'm like, you ain't got that thing?
Oh, I would like to tell you I need to go ahead and update because my measurements have decreased.
Jam. I like to hear that. We got photo tomorrow. Is the photo tomorrow? Let me look at y'all thing.
I'm probably gonna take it today and then post it tomorrow
That works. That works. That works. Let me
so I
see
don't forget.
what we got. Oh, I think y'all got. Let me see. I'm looking at yours right now. Good.
Yeah,
Uh, good stuff. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like
which
it.
I thought was hilarious because someone's like, "Have you changed?" I was like, "My measurements change," but my measurements have changed. That's how I could tell I've lost weight. Is my measurements change? My body follows afterwards.
Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. You did a fast on how many fasts you did this week? You did. I saw you did a
Okay,
50,
so
52 hours.
yeah, I did the 52. I ended the 52 hours yesterday, but every week from there, I've been doing 20 hours.
So 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's me. You're doing 24s. 24s is intense, yo. That's crazy. I look like a cartoon character on my thing. I'm like, what's up with my camera? I gotta get hooking my Sony up because I'm like, why is that doing it? But that's amazing. That's a great job. That's wonderful. Okay,
Thank
so
you. I think one day I was going for the 72 hours, but I had jujitsu and then I did cardio and then I went for a run. So I got a little dizzy. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just end it here. And it was at 36 hours.
hey, we look, this is lifestyle change. So look, we progressing, but whenever we have those moments of like fatigue, lightheadedness, hey, let me break the fast. Hey, because this is lifestyle. I can go back at this at any time. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever feel like, oh, I didn't never beat yourself up when it comes to fasting, and that primarily because when you're fasting, this is life, right? This is your life. So if you become upset with yourself that, oh, I didn't hit my 24 hours, I didn't hit my 48 hours, you can't be mad at that. If you got damn through 16, 20 hours, you got to be like, pat on the back, man, because to abstain from food is already a challenge for so many people, right? So for you to knock that out, that's amazing. You feel me? And that's still a benefit to your physical, mental, emotional, because it's giving your body some time to rest. And also your body is still getting stuff out of the fridge. You feel me? So that's what
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about today. Uh fridge and freezer weight. All right. But before we get rolling, any wins? Any wins? I know Ashley has a win. She was on our Saturday accountability call. So Ashley, I'm gonna kick it off with you. What win you got for us today? Jam.
Yeah. So I lost 2.2 pounds. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm
Jam.
gonna need you to put more enthusiasm in your voice because Ashley, god dang, good job, girl.
Jam.
Thank you. Oh, well. Yeah, yeah. I lost 2.2 pounds. And even more than that, so the day I chose to fast, I kid y'all not, they served at my job fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, cobbler from Babes. And I love Babes, but I didn't eat one from. I did not. So for me, that's a huge victory.
See that right there, and that's why I say it's more fasting
And
is
what's the
not
nickel?
about it's not about it's not about your weight. It's really about the discipline that you develop and your consistency to evolve into a better version of yourself, building that belief in yourself, that confidence that you need to excel in other areas. There's things that we want to accomplish, things that we want to become, and it requires discipline. And the best way to build your discipline and your confidence and self-belief is to fast. Fasting gives you concrete evidence like, oh, I'm disciplined enough where I don't have to eat for a whole day. All right, cool. So what else do I want to be? I can build on that because I can just keep doing more. And as the more you fast, the better you feel, the better your body becomes. You're healing yourself and you get hotter. You get hotter with fasting. Not hot as in temperature, but hot as in looks, baby. Damn. All right, what we got? What we got? Ty, what you got? I ain't heard from you in like 2 weeks. What's up? What are these wins at? Where we at, huh? Ty told me she was gonna have all the questions. I ain't had a question on her in 2 weeks.
Listen, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, I'm on my phone. Alrighty, so I'm so excited. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, I've done like challenges and all this stuff before, but I am the person that he's talking about that's always like at week 2, week 3 that give up. And this time I'm so proud of myself because first off, I had I did lose 13 pounds so far, so I'm very excited about that. It's like I'm so super excited about that. And then also I thought that fasting was gonna be much harder than it has been. And at first, like we talked about it, I was gonna do like lunch and dinner. That's what I was eating. But one thing that I learned about myself is that I can't skip breakfast. It's not working for me. So I switched my fasting to eating breakfast and lunch. And it has been so much better, like skipping dinner instead of trying to skip breakfast. Because in the morning, like, and we talked about this in the beginning, like I have to have my coffee. I'm like a very cranky person. So I wake up, I have my coffee. I've been making it with almond milk and then like some zero calorie, zero sugar sweetener or whatever. And then having like my breakfast, like my eggs, my avocado toast, whatever, then eating my lunch. And then after lunch, like I'm okay. And I get up, I don't know if y'all know, like I'm a teacher or whatever, so I have to be to school usually about 6:45. So I'm usually in a bed by 8, 9 o'clock anyway. So around that time, I'm just not hungry after school. I get out of school at 3. I do my errands, run around with my daughter, go to the gym. And by the time I go to bed, I just go to bed. But in the morning, I am hungry. And I had to like change my fasting hour to stay committed because in the morning, like that's when I would be like, feel like I was starving come 11 o'clock. So I did change my fasting window.
That's major. That, well, first off, congratulations, 13 pounds down. That is major. Kiki Show was actually like, how Ty doing? I was like, I ain't heard from Ty in like a week. I'm like, I hope she's good. So that's amazing to hear. Total 13 pounds down. That's amazing. That's dope. I'm loving that. And another thing, I love how you adapted your schedule. Like we talked before in our first Zoom, I said, this isn't a one fit all, right? You have to adapt it to your schedule, your lifestyle. The only way it will work is if you adapt it to your life. And you did exactly that. You followed the instructions like, hey, I need my breakfast. So if it's easy for me to just have breakfast and skip dinner, and this is another thing. This is why this is so big as well. Why I like it is because when people have dinner, sometimes they don't do any movement afterwards, right? So if you don't do no movements afterwards, that food sits on you. And if you had something heavy, that's why I was telling everybody to eat their rice, pastas, bread, and stuff like. If they had it, do it early because you don't want your insulin levels to spike up and be too high. And then you like, damn, I'm storing fat, right? So good job on that. That's major. So that's it. That's lit. That's lit. So that's good. You at 13 pounds down for the week. So I'm gonna get into more of that in a minute. Luna, what's your wins, baby? What's your wins?
Wait a minute, y'all. Not 13 pounds for the week, 13 pounds.
For the whole time.
Yes, not for the week. I don't want to lie about that. I want to make that clear.
That was I misspoke. But look, I knew what you meant though. You'd have been like 13 pounds a week. I'd be like, hold on, Ty, you okay?
Okay.
You're like, shit, I think Ty on crack. She fasting. But good stuff. Luna, what you got for me?
Okay. So I measure my weight by how I lose measurements just because that's usually the best way to gauge my weight. I have so much muscle mass because of things. It's always best to like just measure myself, and that's better tracking because the scale won't like show what I've lost. So my measurements went down by 2 for each one. So my legs, I wrote this down somewhere. Give me 2.5 seconds.
Jam. Good stuff. Y'all are consistent with discipline. It always prevails. Consistency will always prevail to get you what you desire.
Okay. Back. So before starting, my waist was a 37. Now my waist is 35. My bust is still the same, so it's 42. My hips were actually my hips shrunk the most, which is funny. My hips were at 40, was a solid 50, now they're at a 47. And then my left and right arms were at 15 each, and now they're at 12 each.
Raise the roof. Look, we want them arms. We want them arms like, look, I got 19s. They were 20 till I started fasting. But yeah, we want them arms being around like about 10. Want them arms around like
Right.
10. You heard me? 10.
So in a couple more weeks, I'll be at 10. So
Congratulations.
my calves actually grew, which is good because I run, so that makes more sense. So my calves were at like, I said 15, and now they're at 17.
Nice. Good stuff. That's good wins. I love the hearing the wins. Wins are something to continue to build your belief in self, helps you keep moving forward and not to slack off. One thing I've been watching from y'all in the group chat, also like just chopping up with y'all offline and everything, and just even hear Ty's talk about it. It's the awareness. When you all are consistent, you start to become aware of yourself, right? We can go through life, living life, and just be on this treadmill of life, just living, not really living, just existing, right? We just existing, going through the motions, right? And so when you become aware and start making life work for you, where you are, life starts to open up for you. Good job. Really, yeah, y'all doing an amazing job. So I want to talk about today, when it comes to fasting, we went about the phases of changing that belief system, right? Believing in yourself that you could get it done, right? Ty talked about she was the one that would be like in the second week, start the third week, falling off, right? It's because that's the shift right there. And y'all have made it beyond the shift, but another test will come. Another test is destined to come because this new version of you must be challenged. It's like new resistance in the gym. I hit my PR. Okay, I got to go for another PR. Another resistance will present itself because you must be challenged to solidify the person you believe you are, who you desire to become. And so when it comes to fasting, we got to start going into that freezer, right? When we fast, we clearing out the fridge, right? We got leftovers. Thanksgiving coming up, right? Thanksgiving coming up. You know what happened after Thanksgiving? Your family cook a lot. We put that food in the fridge and some of it going in the deep freezer. In the freezer and some in the deep freezer if it's sitting in the freezer too long. So with fasting, we want to get some of this excessive weight, some of this visceral fat. We want to take it off. We got to clean out the fridge, right? As we prepare for Thanksgiving, everybody need to go for a full day fast before or the day after Thanksgiving. Why you want to balance out? Because I want you all to enjoy Thanksgiving, enjoy family, enjoy friends. Don't make it a punishment when you're around family and friends. Enjoy yourself, but be mindful and aware not to overindulge. Have your serving, and also that's a time for you to be aware of, am I going to splurge? Am I going to overindulge? Or am I going to be aware of my actions, my thought process? Am I like craving this food because I haven't had it in so long? Am I salivating at the mouth, right? Think about this stuff. Be aware of who you are, where you are emotionally, right? Psychologically in the presence of all this delicious, good-looking, smelling food. And that awareness is going to allow you to move forward. The more you become aware of how you're feeling and reacting to food, I'll use Ashley as an example because we talked last week. Ashley had the boss brought in pizza and was like, yo, I'm serving y'all pizza. And Ashley loved pizza, you heard me? And I had to make a post about it when she was telling me about it on the Zoom because I'm like, it was so powerful what she said. You know, she it's not just about the way she saw, like she had so much power to resist the things that she thought she was addicted to. She had so much power in the midst of her challenges. And so when you start to see that you have power, you start to acknowledge that you have power, start to accept that you have power, your life starts to change crazy fast. And so, and I say you get these challenges again because she told us today on our other accountability call, she was like, hey, I ended up getting tempted with more. Another temptation, they brought chicken, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy, cobbler. Oh, that cobbler, I know it smells so good. So that temptation, she's like, that's another one of her favorite foods. And she said that was the day she chose to fast. And life will present you with an opportunity to make you a liar or give you facts. And she said, I'm going to fast today. So the universe put a plan in play to say, oh, you think you fasting? Let's see if you can resist. And she walked in, she's like, oh, I'm fasting. But even though she saw people eating and everything, by the end of it, she still felt that she had that power. And that solidifies like, yo, I have this power. I can resist this. I'm not addicted to food. When you have an addiction, you can't resist. So the belief that she had that I'm addicted to food, that I can't stop eating, and I've been dealing with this for years to the point that I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, she like, no, that's not true. That's false evidence appearing real. We talked about this last week. What is the false evidence appearing real in your life? Once you see what the false evidence that appears real, and I call it false evidence because, I'll use Ashley as an example because it's a perfect scenario. I'm addicted to food. Is that fact or is it false evidence appearing real? It got to be false evidence because she said, no, I am not going to have this pizza today. That means that she's not addicted to food, that she does have self-control, that she does have power to resist. So it's only false evidence because she was choosing to believe that she's addicted to food. But now she's choosing, no, I'm not addicted to food. And I always say, when the positive things, we make them facts. We make them hard evidence because we're the living evidence. So Ashley now is the living evidence that she's not addicted to food. And we have to solidify that reality and make it fact. She's known as that she's not addicted to food because why? She has two opportunities to say she's addicted. No, she chose not to consume it. So if a person that chooses not to consume something at their own will and fast, what does that make them? That lets you know they're not addicted to food. They were choosing to act as if they were addicted to food because they didn't want to resist. They didn't have a higher purpose. They didn't have a higher calling for something that they wanted. But now, Ashley continues to build on her power, build on her belief, build on her confidence that, hey, I can create a new reality for me. What is the evidence around me that I choose not to believe? What is the evidence around me that I want to make a known fact? So you all have every week to decide, like, what is the false evidence around? What is the living evidence of what I want out of my life, right? So I'm going to pose the question that I posed, and Ash, I'm going to let you lead it off because we did this one. But what was the false evidence that appeared for y'all throughout this challenge, right? What was the false evidence about you? And I think I know what yours is going to be. What is the false evidence that appeared for you all throughout this challenge? And what is it? What is the evidence that you see that made it false? Ash, I'm going to let you lead so they can see.
Yeah. Well, to your point, as you were saying about me earlier, I thought that I truly was a food addict because my whole life, like literally, I can think back to being 3 and 4 years old, eating a big old bag of chips because my mother was morbidly obese, God rest her soul, and so she taught me her bad eating habits. So I just thought, well, this is my addiction, food. But to your point, once again, from me not eating that pizza and that fried chicken, I thought that was impossible because I've always been trained to food like that my whole life. And also, too, I remember a few weeks ago, Bravo said, Ashley, you just need accountability. You need stronger accountability, and he suggested this fast and app challenge. And I was thinking to myself, this is probably him just hustling. This is a hustle. But he was right because once I joined this challenge, that's when I truly began to change. So that for me was my those two were my fears.
Damn. See, yeah, right there. So, all right. So before I jump in on that, I'm gonna move to Ty. What do you believe has been the false evidence for you throughout these past 4 weeks?
Um, I thought that maybe, like I used to always say, I was like very tired or something like that, like too tired to like cook. So I was eating a lot of fast food. Like, just to be honest, it's like what my routine was in the evening time, like getting off work and being like, man, I'm tired. I don't feel like cooking, or like I can't cook and go to the gym because in my mind, I don't know, that doesn't even make sense to me now. But then I'll be like, I'm just gonna stop at Chipotle. I'm just gonna stop at Moe's. I'm just gonna stop at Kava after I leave the gym, or I'll just go like to Smoothie King or something and get like a smoothie bowl. Um, or I don't have time to cook. Maybe that's what it was. Like, I don't have time to do this. And now I see that I do. Like, I put it in the group chat before. Sometimes in the morning, like if I go to sleep and I like forget like to make my lunch, like I'll have like chicken breast or something or ground turkey in the refrigerator. I'll just do it in the morning. Like the other day, like I popped 2 chicken breasts in the air fryer, put some frozen green beans on the stove, let that cook while I was in the shower, then packed it up for lunch. And my daughter, she has to take lunch too. So, one plate for her, one plate for me. It's kind of like, you're not too tired, you not too lazy, you just wasn't doing it. And I don't even have a valid reason now today. I don't feel like I have a valid reason, but that is what I was saying. Like, I'm too tired. Like, we'll just stop and get something in the morning. But instead of doing that, just being consistent with like, no, go ahead and just do it now. Go ahead and do it now. Like, even if you don't meal prep for the week, like if you have the food in your refrigerator, just cook it.
Yes, that's great awareness, That's really good that you saw that. Like you thought that you were just too tired to do it. So you would make like, I'm gonna take the easy route, go just get some fast. And that that mindset kept you on the path of going deeper in the path of where you didn't want to go, you know. So now that you have that awareness and you know that you do have time, that you can get it done, that's actions to build confidence like that. So I don't have to make that decision to go get something fast. And also, you know that you can fast. So I'm gonna dive deep in that. Luna, what you got? Luna, what you got?
Okay, hi guys, hi ladies. I'm so proud of both of y'all. Just want to put that out there. Um, so Bravo already knows I'm Muslim, so I fast every year for 30 days every month, right? So I think the biggest thing I learned is that I'm not addicted to coffee as much as I thought I was addicted to coffee. Because with this fast, unlike when we fast for Ramadan, I can wake up like early in the morning, drink some coffee, and then I'm fasting for the rest of the day and call it a day, right? Because we don't drink or eat. That was the other thing. I had to learn how to like actually drink water during fasting. That's the reason why I was receiving lightheadedness from time to time. Um, so I learned that I wasn't addicted to coffee because I'm very much been drinking coffee since I was like 5 years old, maybe six at the latest. It's just built in our culture to the point where I drink. Like I said yesterday, coffee is given like it's a comfort drink. Instead of like comfort food, I have a comfort drink, and that's coffee. I can drink coffee and go to bed like right to sleep and not act anything. That's like my good night comfort drink as well. So, but that leads to the point where I have a really bad caffeine addiction to the point where if I don't drink coffee for like 2 days, I start getting like the worst headaches ever.
Mm,
And when I mean worse, I can't stand sound, I can't stand touch. At this point, even if I do drink coffee, the headaches are not gonna go away.
yeah.
And I would have to drink at least eight Advils to get rid of the headache. Not all at once, but at separate times.
Is that caffeine once like a weaning off of it is a beast.
Yeah.
My buddy, he was doing 6 cups a day, and I was like, dog, he was drinking coffee like at 6 p.m. And if you know anything about coffee and caffeine, like you don't get the full, it doesn't get through your system until after about 8 hours. 1 cup. So my boy, like when he no longer drinks coffee at all now. But seeing him go through that, I didn't know how addictive caffeine was until I saw him having to go through that battle. And it was seeing him go through it was I was like, wow, this is a real challenge. So
It really is.
like yeah, yeah, I understand what you mean by the headaches. I didn't experience it, but man, just seeing him go through, I was like, wow, that's like a real drug. Wow.
It's very similar to weaning yourself off of any drug. I've literally read on it. Like I purposely go through the caffeine process of weaning myself off of caffeine before my months of Ramadan come in, because even if I'm like weaned off by 10%, it's better than not being weaned off at all.
Yeah.
But for some reason during this fast, I really didn't need coffee. Like I found myself going like the whole day, even when I broke my fast, like, oh, okay. I would like some coffee because, that's my favorite drink.
Right.
But do I really need it right now? No, let me just continue my days. Waking up like 3, 4 days in a row was having no caffeine in my system was like a shocker. No headaches, no. I'm very much a cheerful person, even when I'm going through hell and high water.
Mhm.
But without coffee, I just look at people like, please don't talk to me. I can't be
Be
that
like that.
happy, that
It be like
happy-go-lucky
that.
person.
It be like that sometimes. All right, Ty, your hands up. What you got?
Oh, wait. That is my Achilles heel, and I need to get there to the point of like where I'm not drinking coffee, because that's the one thing that I have not been able to get away from, if I'm being honest. Like I said, like even me changing my fasting window, part of that was my coffee thing. Like I said, I would be super irritated in the morning. I'm like, I can't skip this part. Like I need this part, and I skip the other part because I can deal with the evening part, but I could not deal with the morning part. And I am just having a really hard time. Like I'm not drinking. I'm only drinking 1 cup of coffee a day now in the mornings, but I'm not drinking coffee at all during the day. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not there, and I don't know how to get there.
Ty, when we talked in the beginning, week 1, how many cups of coffee were you doing a day?
Then I was having like 2 or 3 cups of coffee. I would definitely have one in the morning and one at lunch, and then sometimes I would have coffee when I got off work, like when I get home to get settled. Like she's saying, like a comfort drink.
Yeah.
I told you that's my comfort drink. Even when we talked about the cravings, I was like, iced coffee.
So look, think about this. You said now so you've only had 1 cup of coffee for how many days now?
Definitely for the past 2 weeks.
That is a major win. That is a huge win. You got like, so this is why I'll be wanting y'all to think about this. Just because you're not off of it, that don't matter. You went from averaging 2-3 cups of coffee a day. Now you're talking about the past 2 weeks, you've only had one. That's a win. Like that's like a win of losing 10 pounds. Because we not asking you to give it up. We're asking you to monitor it, control it, letting your body utilize the caffeine that's in it. So don't like be thankful. Keep your pat on the back. 1 cup is great, And so like when I ask these questions about what has been the false evidence that shows up in y'all life that you've been accepting as real, but it's not fact, and you're seeing that everything that you thought in the beginning that, oh, I can't go without coffee, 2-3 cups of coffee, but I'm only doing 1 cup the past 2 weeks. So that is a major win. Even Luna with the coffee, that's a major win. You don't have these addictions. They're not real, they false evidence. And so once you start to become aware of these things that are only false evidence, the truth can now be shown. And the truth is that you all can resist, you all can fast, you all can go throughout the day without these things that you thought you were addicted to. And as you get this evidence, it just builds on your confidence. It builds on that belief. And that's the first phase of, honestly, of all of this. Becoming aware of the false evidence in your life. Where does false evidence show up? And how can we solidify living evidence to combat that? Once y'all see what y'all false evidence is, and Ty, for some reason I was thinking yours was going to be, you was talking about I was thinking about yours as far as the fasting, the windows, right? I was like, well, I was probably Ty was thinking. I said, when I said, I think I know what yours would be. I was like, oh, Ty gonna be like the false evidence around me was that I'm quitting at week 3. I'm giving up here and now, and all of that can still be false evidence because you're just aware of it. Like you can have so much false evidence around you, right? But just knowing that, oh wow, I can do this. I can actually cook and prepare these meals and not eat out. Oh wow, I can fast. I can do just one coffee a day. Like you start to see all these different things that are going against what you thought about you. Oh man, I do 2 weeks of the challenge and I'm done. I'm reverting back to my old habits, old ways. Like, man, I just don't know how to get over this hump. You're seeing that no, none of that is real. It was just a facade. But what is real that you can do 1 cup a day. You can fast. You can prepare your meals. You can follow through the entirety of a challenge. You can lose the weight. You can be consistent. You can be disciplined. You have all this living evidence around you now to build on to becoming who you desire to be. This is the phase 1 of it. Like this, like y'all been my guinea pigs, to be honest with y'all. Of something that I know is real, but I need case studies. So y'all have been my case studies of something that I've been working on for a year. And y'all doing amazing. I'm thankful for y'all because y'all doing amazing. And the mindset, the awareness of who you are, where you're at is what I've been searching for. Y'all, I knew y'all would lose weight regardless of with fast. It's the inevitable. It's the byproduct of consistency with fasting. But what I care about the most is how y'all view yourselves. How do you view your actions? Where does your belief lie at in self? That means more to me than y'all losing weight because you can lose weight at any time and you can gain that shit back. But what the change that I seek is the change is how you view yourself. When you start to believe in yourself, you make different choices because we choose to live the lives that we have. When you accept that I've been choosing to live a low quality life because I don't want to give up this so-called addiction to food. I want to have that pizza. Like, I just want to have it. But in reality, you want a better life. You want to attract the things that you want in life. There's things that you all want that you can have, but you may not believe you can have it, right? I'm going to share something with y'all of a client of mine that I talk about a lot. I'm going to make it short because it's a long story. She had this belief about men, right? I was like, you can't. She's like, I want to date. We got her body right, man. She's smoking hot. We got her body right, her mental right. She was like, all right, her confidence was there. I said, all right, what do you want to do? She said, I want to do this for my business. So we started taking the same principles and we applied it to her business. Y'all, her business is booming. Her cupcake business is booming. We did the exact same thing we did with her fitness. We put it into her business because the traits and the principles that you learn with the fitness, we carry them to every other area of our life and even our relationships. So she was like, I got this belief. She said, I got this belief about men that they aren't gentlemen nowadays. And so I say, having that belief is going to only attract you the things that you don't want because it's false evidence. So we have to change that false evidence, right? We have to put some different stuff out there. And so I shared with her about my thoughts about women. I used to believe that women would not be loyal to a man if he was going through a struggle, a trying time to evolve into a better version of himself. And I said, man, you know what? 2024 was such a stressful year. We had so many struggles, so many setbacks. And I was like, I went back and read some beliefs that I had. And I'm going to probably do this with y'all too. And you got to write down beliefs that you have, and then you want to change those beliefs, right? And so I say, you know what? The belief I had that women wouldn't be loyal to a man that was struggling. So I wrote down, I believe there are good, loyal women that support their partner in the times of struggle. We went through so many struggles this year, and Kiki stood by my side. Loyal, loving, caring, supportive. And I was like, damn, the belief that I had a year ago, I can no longer accept that I can never say that. I can never speak that because I have living evidence, my life partner, living evidence of that a woman would. So I could never tell any of my homeboys, oh man, when women ain't gonna stick around if you going through the bro, just gonna get your paper, bro, and then you just kind of be for the street. I could never say that again. My whole verbiage with my male friends has completely changed because I'm living evidence of that there are solid women out there that will be by your side whenever you hit a wall, whenever you hit a setback, whenever you're struggling. I chose to be open and emotional with her to see if she would turn on me, and she didn't. So I'm like, I could never say that again. Same thing works for y'all. Same thing happened with Marky. Marky's like, yo, I'm looking for a guy, but I don't think there's no gentleman out there. She done met a guy a week ago and they done been on 3 dates and she been the most gentleman person ever. But I said, see, now we're attracting that because we focus on your mental, your physical, your confidence, your false evidence. We changed the belief about it and we created new beliefs. And we created her new beliefs in the month of February. And we're in the month of November. And now she dating and it's looking good. So I say that all to say the things that you all believe about your lives, the false evidence, the negative things that you say, it's all false. Even though it may appear real and you because you're experiencing it right now. Just because you experience it doesn't make it fact. It is just an experience for you to choose. Is this false evidence? I'm just going through an experience right now. This is not real. It's just an experience that I'm going through, but this is not my reality. What I desire is this. So this is appearing real, but it's only temporarily because it appears real. It's false. But what is fact is the belief that I believe in. So you ought to always go back to your beliefs and writing your beliefs down and keep it at the forefront of your mind. So once you make those beliefs, when opportunities show up in your life, for example, Ashley got tempted with the food, the pizza, the fried chicken, the collard, all that good stuff. She chose, I know another test came up. I'm choosing not to make that fact. I'm not addicted. Cool. So her new belief is, I am not addicted to food. Food does not control me. I am not type 2 diabetes. Those got to be new beliefs because she just showed that she's not addicted. And now, as she consistently moves forward being disciplined, guess what? Type 2 diabetes gonna go away because if anybody said they say type 2 diabetes is not reversible, but I've seen people reverse it many a times. I've read studies on it. I've helped people reverse their type 2 diabetes. So I'm looking forward to Ashley being the next person in my life that I get the help to free her from diabetes and lose the weight and have joy. And she's going to go and tell the world how amazing I am. And people are going to come like, Rob, you're so amazing. And I can't wait till that day comes. Right. So I want y'all to go into this weekend, into the new week, with that awareness. Thanksgiving coming up. Be aware. How am I feeling about the food? How am I feeling about myself? Where's my confidence level when I am tested, when I'm challenged? And be aware that this is only an experience and it's false evidence. And when you see the experience that you desire, you say, oh, this is fact. You must call it out. You must call it what it is. This is fact. This is real because I just made a decision that got the outcome that I wanted. This is real. This is reality right here. And then you all will see your lives manifesting in that way, right? The energy that you put out is the energy that you're going to receive. So if you keep saying that I can do this, I can do that, I can fast, I'm consistent, I'm disciplined, I follow through on my promises, you build that confidence up. And once you have self-confidence in yourself and what you're working towards, it gets easier. It gets easier. This is only the beginning for y'all. I'm so excited for y'all. This is like major. Yeah. Y'all got any questions? Because I could talk about this shit all day. Any questions? Yeah.
Look, no, not
Huh? What'd you say, Ty?
like I really thank God that I didn't. I'm driving. I'm sorry. Let me go back to that.
You Gucci?
I really thank God that it wasn't what you said. Instead of me like after 2 weeks saying like, okay, I can't do this. Me being like, okay, well, why can't you? Like, let's adjust. Like, what is the problem? And me realizing like, okay, let's try to have breakfast and lunch and skip dinner. Because that is something that I really, 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 really like. I wanted to see this through, but I was struggling with not eating in the morning. So I like when you said that. That's also giving you like confidence to know, like, okay, like you're sticking with it. Like you could have given up after 2 weeks. So after that 2 weeks, instead of saying like I'm struggling in this area, like how can I fix it? What can I do different? And when you and I talked in the beginning, you said that like you have to find a faster window that works like for you and your lifestyle.
Yes. And that's the only way it works because it is your life. And another thing you got to give yourself a round of applause for is I told this to Ashley. So she shared it a little bit. Ash, I've been on Ash for like 7 years. Feel me? Like Ash has been on a roller coaster of weight and health conditions. And I was like, yo, like, man, I don't know when she's going to be ready, but God help keep her alive. I've lost a lot of classmates from college to diabetes, cancer, heart attacks, stroke. And these are all chronic disease that you can get rid of, but they all were morbidly obese. And I was like, bro, I hope Ash not another person I know that's going to die because life choices. And she reached out to me. We talked like a month or something ago. And I see her on a journey, and I told her, like, yo, she said today, I'm like, yo, you need coaching. Like you don't need a fitness plan, you need coaching. Y'all could do all this fitness stuff on your own, but what you really need is really coaching about it because y'all need somebody in the journey with you that cares about your outcome just as much as you do, sometimes even more than you do. Because sometimes when we go through these challenges, we want to give up on it because we experiencing it. Oh, you don't understand, Bravo. You ain't never been here before. No, I haven't been where you are, but I know what it's like to love someone who's where you all have been, where you all are. And it's my mother. I shared earlier that I gave up a 6-figure job to save lives. I was an engineer. I gave all that up to save people's lives. I said, if I can't save my mother, I'm going to save somebody. So when I meet people that's going through struggles and doubt, it's like, oh, it's my opportunity to save somebody, And the fitness stuff comes with, you need to be active, of course. We know that. That's great. Losing weight is going to make you feel good, confident. I want you to be confident. I got into fitness because of vanity. I think that's the best thing anybody can be in fitness for. Vanity. You want to look your hottest. If you don't want to look your hottest, I think something be wrong with you. I think you're loco, right? Because vanity is the best thing you can have in life of motivation. It's just what I think, right? And so I said, it comes with vanity is the byproduct of just being consistent and disciplined. What we lack as a people is the lack of discipline, the lack of support. We think that people don't want to help us and support us. But I wanted you all to be on this chat. It's like, hey, you have access to me, either in a group, you have access on these Zoom calls, you could message me, you could do whatever. And it's something that I want people to be aware of. Like, and this is going to be a question, I'm going to give y'all the review, how everything went. But a question is going to be, did you utilize the access that you had to your trainer? An example of that is, were you on the calls? Were you in the group chat? Were you asking questions? Ty, for example, could have been like, man, week 2, man, I think I could just give up right now. What if Ty would have given up? But she didn't even go through her support checks, right? She didn't check down to her support. Bro, I feel like giving up. I feel like quitting. This ain't working for me. I don't know why. I'm just going to quit. She could have took that route. But she said, no, even though she didn't reach out to me, she was like, no, I'm going to adapt my schedule. I'm going to just not eat at night. Okay. And she saw how that worked out for her, right? So and I say that's such a major win because everything is about y'all's awareness. What you do matters. What you choose matters. But it starts with your awareness. Being aware of yourself, who you are, the choices that you make is the first start, is the beginning of changing your lives for the better, for the greater, for those that you love, the people that look up to you. People out there need y'all to be your best self because it's going to help them become greater when the time comes. People are going to learn things from y'all's journeys, whether it be with weight, the way you are aware of yourself, the verbiage that you put out into the world. People are going to be that's attached to y'all may hear something from y'all that change their lives, right? I'm so big into personal development because I'm like, yo, somebody's going to be great because of me. And they may not know it. I may never see it, but I do know I'm going to put something out there, spark a seed in somebody. They're going to make some crazy changes. And I believe that this is my path to create that, right? And there's something that's in y'all that wants to be great, that wants to excel at a high level. And that part of you wants to come to the forefront. And the only way that person comes to the forefront is being consistent with your discipline. We build on that discipline through fasting, right? Y'all stay consistent, stay on top of it, and do never be afraid to verbalize when you having troubles, when you having those fears, because that fear is only false evidence appearing real, that no one's going to help support you. No one's going to help you get through it. It's the fear that you don't want to be held accountable. Be open to accountability. If you're open to accountability, I guarantee you that there is nothing that you all can't accomplish. There's nothing that you all can't have in life, right? Are y'all about to get me going? So yeah, that's what we got today. So we got photos.
I mean, we're not also stopping you, so keep going.
Damn to that. So it's like, so we got, I want y'all, we got what, another day. I think y'all got one more workout. But I want y'all to take y'all photos either today or tomorrow. I want to see how much we lost as a group as far as weight. So everybody Monday morning, please try to weigh yourself and drop it in the chat so I could go on, get a full tally of everybody that followed through. We got some people that fell off. But a lot of people, we had 4 people that came for discipline. They weren't worried about weight because they're slimmer. And they literally was like, I'm just here to have better discipline. So that was a win for them. And I do want to know how we did as far as dropping down, because there's something I'm working on for a friend of mine in the month of January. He needs a heart. And I believe the power of energy. And I'm going to manifest him to get a heart. So I'm going to do a 20-day fast. And I'm going to open it up to people getting on. I said, we could lose 1,000 pounds within those 20 days. I said, he gonna get a heart. So therefore, I'm just trying to see how we did with this and building my own confidence up to put that out there. And so I use y'all as my confidence build as well. Think about it. Y'all do well gives me confidence into my system. When someone follows the system, I'm like, okay, if people sign up for what I'm putting out, that means I'm relating some type of value. So if they have success, that means the value is there. There's value in what I'm saying. There's value in what I'm doing. There's value of what I'm putting my energy into. So if there's value there, I mean, we could magnify this shit, right? So how do I magnify it? How can I put it out there to get more people on, more people to change their lives for the better? It's not only about trying to say, I got 100 people on the challenge. No, it's really about how many people out of that 100 can we change, right? How many people can we affect in a positive way that probably was on the verge of giving up? You feel me? Especially in times right now. A lot of people dealing with a lot of stress. A lot of people dealing with a lot of uncertainty. A lot of people feel like they're all alone in all of this, right? But they're really not. It's just what they're seeing, that solo life that they're seeing, is because they have this false evidence that's so prevalent in their life, and they're accepting it. They're trying to make it real. They're trying to make it whole. But no, God will always send y'all opportunities to show you that what you think is your life of turmoil and shit is not real, right? It's not even real. So keep trusting in the process of moving forward, changing those beliefs. If you have any negative beliefs about your life, you need to write them down. And then you need to write down what would be the positive version of that. And when you write that down, you look at which one would I like to live and experience more. Majority of the time, it's going to be, no one's going to say, I want to experience a trash life, right? So when you write down the opposite of that negative belief, for example, I wrote down that I don't believe women will stick by their man's side if he goes through a financial struggle. That was a belief I had. The opposite of that, say, I believe that there are good, loyal women in the world that will support their partner in the times of struggle. I wanted to believe that. God took me through this whole year. Oh my God, it was some struggles. And showed me she's there. So the beliefs that y'all have, if they're negative, write them down and write the opposite to them. And your life is going to take you on a journey. If you want to believe that positive belief, life is going to take you on a journey. And you have to be aware of it. And you may sometimes forget. You have to be aware of that, hey, I'm just going through these experiences to solidify the beliefs that I want. So if I'm going through the struggle is happening right now to support the belief that I want to have, that I want to make true. Now that belief is true, so I can never go against that, right? I had another one. I believe I can be disciplined in the market for prime entry points. That is true because it happened this past week. I believe I can earn 20K monthly in the futures trading market. That is coming true. Like, hey, that was coming true. I should have been reading it. Like, I forgot I wrote that shit down. I believe my time of abundance is happening now. I believe I can attract matter. I can affect matter and the environment through my thoughts. Oh, I definitely know that. I definitely know that. That is real. Affecting matter in your environment through your thoughts, that is true. I'm living evidence of that. My son is living evidence of that. I say he was going to be born on the 20th of October, and it happened. I say he was going to be a boy, and it happened. Even though people try to say, like, bro, that's just luck. That's by chance.
Hold on. Question
Yes.
about you. One of those beliefs that you used to have, right? How crazy did Kiki look at you when she found out that that used to be your belief, that you didn't believe that women would stick by men?
My verbiage was said it all. Like my verb, like I got Kiki into red pill content when we first started talking, right? And I was like, yo, this is how it be. This is why men don't trust women. There's a lot of good guys out here, and I was like, but like it's so hard to find it because women only see our value in resources. And I'm totally fine with that. I'm like, hey, I agree with it. You feel me? A man should be his best version of himself at all times. And if he's not that, he should be working towards that. And he should only be focusing on that because it's going to increase his value. So I told her all about this. And so, I made her write down her beliefs and we read them out to each other and what we wanted to be. And she said, she's like, I pray that I can help show you that I'm the woman to change that belief. And I was like, I hope so too. And no lie, that was January, before we knew we was pregnant. And when I wrote that down, our life, she ended up being pregnant. We went through all of this. And I can read all this now. I need to read hers, the one she wrote down. I need to see why all that shit changed. And so these beliefs, like you gotta have this honesty with each other. You gotta have this honesty with self. What do you believe? Like some people are afraid to write down what they really believe. Like, oh, because it sounds bad, it sounds negative. Some people believe that they are failures. Like I used to think I wasn't worthy of success, that things wouldn't work out for me. Like I always get there and then it falls short. That was a real belief of mine. And it stemmed from my childhood. Self-awareness will unlock so much trauma in your life that you carry through childhood up into adulthood that it's scary. It can be frightening. So that's why I say people don't like to meditate sometimes because it puts you in the place with only your thoughts. And when you have only your thoughts to think about, it can be frightening because honesty comes out, the realness comes out. So write down what it is that y'all believe, and it'll surprise you the things you believe, and then you write down the thing that you want that to be. And life is going to take you on a journey to show you that belief can be solidified and true. And you don't have to accept that negative belief, right? So yeah, so Kiki know all this. Like she been listening to me this whole morning. So she been like, oh. So like, but these beliefs that her and I did, like we knew we had to uncover some things for our relationship to work. And then when we got pregnant and it was like, yo, for this to last, if we want longevity, we have to change some of these beliefs that we have from our own past experiences and make new beliefs for our experience together. It takes work. Like it takes work to build yourself up. It takes work to build your relationships up. You need to know what value am I creating for myself to put out into the world. And if I'm creating if I'm going to change a belief, I got to keep being better. How can I be of more value, right? She stuck by my side through the entirety of me increasing my value, right? And what value did I see in her, right? What value does a woman bring to what I designed in a partner, right? She stayed consistent on her fitness. She stayed consistent on her support. She stayed consistent on her love. And even in trying times, like we communicated, even when it was hard, like I mean hard ass conversation where you're like, oh God, we're not gonna make it. Even in those times, you have to believe like, nah, I know we good, we good. Like it just sucks right now, but I'm aware this is only happening to change the beliefs that I had in the past. And when you can accept that and control your emotions, not to dive off the deep end because you emotional at the moment. And she was pregnant. You feel me? I think fasting saved us through her pregnancy because I did a 15-day fast and God told me, like, yo, you need to be more aware of y'all's relationship right now because she's in a place where insecurities, like she's gaining weight, she's not feeling as sexy as she was before. Like she's carrying a child, she don't know, she want to make sure she has a healthy delivery, that the baby's healthy and strong. Like all these uncertainties are out there for her mind to wander on, right? It's like it's the hormones, an influctuation of hormones going haywire. And I'm like, if I was a man that was not aware of what she's experiencing, I can't leave. If I wasn't a man that was consistent on being patient, slow to react, thinking twice, making up sense of like, why is she acting this way? If I wasn't that type of person, oh, we probably wouldn't even be together right now because it would have just been a bunch of arguing back and forth. I told her, you're only pregnant because you're not supposed to be fasting with me right now because God had to send me on this journey to level up without you. So when it comes a time for you to reach this level, I would already have been there to guide you through because I'm the leader of the family. And so you have to think about that. I want to be on the same level as you. No, when it comes to relationship, I don't know how we got on a relationship, but whatever. But when it comes to relationships, a man must lead. It's the only way it's going to work. If the man doesn't lead, if y'all equal, it's not going to work. Because why? Button heads. I done went through this in my head so many times in deep meditation. The man must be willing to go down this valley solo dolo with his emotions, with his doubts, with his fears, with his insecurities, and face these struggles, right? And the woman is there to support, lift him up. He share like what he dealing with, and she like, yo, I don't know what you're going through, but I'm here to support you, and I love you. You got it. I believe in you. All a man really need is a belief that someone believes in him. Same way I believe in y'all. All a man needs is someone to believe in, whether it be his mate, his mother, his boys, someone, his children, someone to believe in him to make him like, I can do this. I can get this done. And he goes out there and he gets it done, you know? And then we all reap in the benefits. And once this man goes through this journey of mental, spiritual, emotional elevation, building his value, it's easier for the woman to follow through. It's easier for the children to follow suit. Why would you want to take on the burden, the struggles, the fight of going through that battlefield with your partner? Allow them to go through it. You don't have to be on the same level. Allow them to go through it. And that's why I'm so thankful that we got Lobo, because if Kiki would have been doing these 15-day fasts with me, oh my God, who knows what she would have been. She probably been trying to kill me, right? So now I know what to expect as she gets prepared going through her postpartum journey, getting back active. I'm like, oh, you want to do this? Okay, cool. Take some time. I have a plan to help guide you back to where I'm at, right? From a awareness standpoint, I'll say, right? From just on awareness, understanding, hey, these are the pitfalls that you may come into. And honestly, we have living evidence of her just being here now. And our conversations is like, hey, this is what you need to be aware of. Be aware of your verbiage with this. This is what you're creating. And because I've gone through the path and saw our life as one. And I'm like, oh, I need to make sure that if she ever speaks in this way, that, hey, she needs to be aware of this is what we create. And we have immense manifestation power right now. And I got to tell y'all, God damn it, y'all got me on the thing too long. I told Kiki, like, yo, you got manifestation power right now, so I need you to be aware of what you're saying. Please, please. Kiki said, man, I really wish we had a bassinet because we had a playpen. We got this playpen. She said, I really wish we had a bassinet. She said that on I think a Tuesday. We had Lobo on Sunday. She said this on like a Wednesday. She had it by Friday. A bassinet, she had it. She had it by Friday. No lie. Kiki said, I wish we had a bouncy thing sitting right there. 2 days later, my boy, like, hey, bro, you want this bouncy thing, bro? Because, man, my son, he don't even need it, bro. We about to throw this thing away. We was just about to go buy one for like $100 and some. My boy gave us one. And she said one negative thing. She said one negative, that shit happened. I said, see, this is why I say it's so important to understand the power that you possess. This family that we have, we manifested a baby boy that was born on the exact date that we claimed. We claimed his birthday on March 17th. We say he's going to be born on October 20th. We told it to the doctor's face. The doctor said, no, your son coming on the 22nd. I said, no, doc, he's being born on the 20th. When you can manipulate matter to create exactly what you want, and you still speak loosely about your life, then you're going to manifest all the things that you don't want because you have living evidence that you have power. When you acknowledge your power, you got to keep rolling with it. It makes it stronger. Like Ashley said, yo, I got so much power because I resisted that food. Now she have more power because why? She resisted that damn chicken and that cobbler. So her next challenge that comes about, she's going to say, no, I got so much power. I'm going to resist this. And she's going to continue to see the results get better. And then when she start putting her power into creating the things that she do want, manipulate matter to have the outcome that she do desire, it's going to blow her fucking mind. I can't wait. Right? So y'all, all right, yep, all right. So yeah, that's where we at. That's where we at. I gotta go make breakfast for the family, y'all. It is now 12:30. I gotta go make breakfast for the family. So, y'all, any questions? Any questions? I'm gonna put this replay up so everybody in the group so people can get it. Yeah. So yeah. So take the rest of the day. Enjoy this day. Hope y'all got good weather. It's beautiful out here. Enjoy the rest of the day. Stay on top of your discipline. Stay on top of your consistency. Keep moving forward in the direction that you want to be in because you are deserving of the life that you want, man. Know that, believe that, and live that. You feel me? So if y'all ain't got no questions, I'll see y'all in the group.
Bye.
All right, now. Later.